All right, guys. So last week when we were out here, we tested to see, is a can of beans able to have a controlled explosion inside of a mortar tube? And we found out it absolutely can. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out how lethal is a can of beans. But before we get into the actual lethality of a can of beans, the number one comment I got on this though was, guys, just flip the can over. Apparently everyone's saying that if I just take the can, I put it in the fire with the top down, the top is weaker than the bottom, so it'll explode without needing anything else, and it'll send it vertical. So I guess we're just gonna have to see that before we get into anything else. All right, so the first one we're gonna test is a can of Stag chili. This guy has the pull top on the top, so if there's ever a can that's gonna fail and shoot vertically, it's going to be this guy. This guy's top is down in the fire, and now let's see what happens.
Holy fuck, that worked.
Guys, I can't believe that that actually worked. So that might have just been because of the pull top. So now we're gonna try just regular canned beans in water with the top facing down, and we'll see if we need 2 cans or not. Let's give this a go. On that take, we had to actually use the old 4570 in order to actually get that guy off, because what I was worried was happening is that when it fell over, it just had a small tear or leak in the can, but we didn't want to go over and take a look. So we did the old remote detonation. We're going to rebuild the fire and try this again, making sure that can stays vertical. All right, guys, so on that take, as we can see, it blew. Ooh, that's super hot. As we can see on this guy, it blew from the top, which means that the only time that putting the top down actually matters is when we have the pull tab cans versus the actual regular cans, which is kind of a problem because this is my last pull tab can. But let's go into ballistics tests. So because we only have the one Stag chili can with the pull top, we're just gonna pop that guy in here. As you can see, right here, I have what's called a chronograph. What that's going to do is tell us how fast whatever's coming out of here is traveling. From there, we'll be able to actually figure out our muzzle velocity because the can already has its weight on it. Anyways, guys, let's get out of here and see what happens. Our chronograph didn't work. Turns out buying an $80 chronograph off of Amazon probably isn't the best. So we're gonna have to go to test number 2. Test number 2, we're gonna take a piece of plywood and see if we can't use one of these solid cans and see if it'll punch right through. Honestly, guys, before we even get into that test, I wanna give this guy a very special goodbye. All right, guys, well, let's see what happens. We're gonna put one can in, get the second can. For this test, we have a piece of plywood propped up in front. You know, guys, we kind of had to just rig this up with whatever we had around. Hopefully this doesn't go flying. Let's see what happens. We absolutely punched through this guy, and it still probably went 300 meters, maybe 250. That just goes to show the crazy amount of power this bean cannon actually has to punch right through the plywood and keep going. Color me impressed. Well, I really wanted to get the ballistics test on this with that chronograph, but unfortunately that chronograph met its demise. If you guys have any idea of what I should do next with this bean cannon, please, by all means, leave it in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, please give me a follow. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the woods.